That's pre 92. That.
Yeah.
So people, we are back again. we're still talking behind the scenes about Arsenal. We love it too much. We are back again with the first All Things Arsenal podcast, probably in a few months. And I am joined by Jez, of course, and special guest today, Warren for Warren's Team Talk. So make sure you go over there, subscribe, get Warren up, and also go over to Arsenal, the History and More, which is Jez's channel. And we've got a few things to announce for both of our channels a little later on. In the stream once we get started, so make sure you smash the likes as you come in, people, because it's going to be a good one. We're gonna cover quite a lot today. I think we're gonna cover some of the documentary, because I don't know about anyone else, but I'm excited for it, and I want everyone else's opinions on it because I can't wait. So we're gonna get into it. So first, let me just add this. We've got a little background today. I thought it'd go fancy for you all, considering I haven't been here in a while. So here it is. It's finally on its way in the next week or so, the All or Nothing documentary. I'm excited for it. I'm really excited for it because I've watched the Tottenham one and I've watched the Manchester City one, and I loved them. I thought it was fantastic insight into a football club. And we all know they all have editing rights, but you know, it's still great as a fan to see inside a football club and see what they do in training and see what they do in the dressing room. But we'll start off with you, Jez. What are your opinions on it? Are you excited for it? Do you think it's just a waste of time, waste of money? What are your thoughts on it?
No, absolutely no, not at all, Gracie. I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to watch it. I think obviously there'll be a lot of Hollywood going on in this, but no, I'm going to watch it. I don't think it's a waste of time at all. Like yourself, I've watched the Tottenham one. I haven't watched the Man City one. But I'm looking forward to it on the, I think it's the 4th August, I think, something like that. So I'm up for it. It's going to be very interesting. I really do think it's going to be good.
Yeah, absolutely. Warren, what are you thinking about it? What are your thoughts?
I'm looking forward to seeing what Arteta does in the dressing room, like at half time, like when we're losing, or just how he interacts with the players and stuff, and what he's telling them. Whether we'll get to see it all, that's another question. But that's what I'm interested in. I'm not particularly interested in finding out about Dunkin' Donuts and all this other supposed. And I'm not even sure that thing was even real, because I was looking at it and I was thinking, is this definitely real? Because some of the topics they had on that list, they just seemed a bit off key to me. I was looking at, what fabulous 1-0 win at half time over Manchester City, and I'm thinking, no, surely that's not right. Do you know what I mean? It was just a bit mad. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing how what Arteta does on the training ground, and how he talks to the players in the dressing room and things like that, and how much involvement the other coaches have with the players when, during games and stuff, because that's something that really interests me.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's, last season was interesting. There was a lot of downs as a part of it, and it's going to be interesting to see the players' reactions. I mean, I don't know if you guys have watched the trailer that came out a couple of days ago, but it seemed intense. The players seemed quite intense. Obviously, that's the aim of a trailer, is to give that impression. But it looked like it's gonna be good. You have players arguing in training. I think the only negative I see coming out of it is when it comes out is the start of the season. So it comes out on the 5th, the first few episodes, which is the start of the season, and it could put quite a lot of negativity around, in my opinion. So it's going to be interesting to see why they did that, and why the release date is then. Because if you've got players arguing in the training ground, you're gonna think, oh, but what are they thinking now at the start of the season? What are your thoughts on that, Jez? We'll go back to you. What are your thoughts on it? Do you think that could the release date of it could spur a lot of negativity around it?
No, I'll say why, Gracie, because it's 5th of August. We play away to Palace. Everybody's getting excited about the new season coming up. I don't think it will give negativity. I think it will be just really, well, okay, it's last season. It's last season. This is not now. And everybody's going to come out. Come on, get it right. This season started. Everybody's going to be positive, as we always are. Every football club around the country is going to be positive because we've got ambitions and we want to do well. And, on Northside's channel, earlier, I was having a debate with a fella on there. And he was asking me various questions and I was asking them. Now, already, I'm guessing he's a young fella. He was giving me all the facts about Fabio Vieira. He's going to be awesome. He's going to be dynamic. I said, well, I doubt he'll play a lot, to be honest.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you want to see him play. And I said, well, how many times have you seen him play? And it's a typical person that obviously sits in his bedroom. He's got 20 computer monitors and watches every game in world football. No, I'm sorry, you're a liar, mate. You don't know sod all about that guy. Yet you're given fake positivity. And this is what we get. So to answer your question finally, Gracie, no, I don't think it will give a negative statement to the start of the season because everybody's gassed up. Everybody, out there is positive for Arteta and all this, So we'll see how it goes. But, people call the likes of us, who are the real ones, negative. No, we're honest. We don't give unrealistic views. I have my view on what's going to happen next season. You do, Gracie. So does Warren. We may not all agree, but the fact of the matter is, let's not get over positive. If that's the right term, I don't know. But there we go.
No, absolutely. Warren, same question for you. What are you thinking about? Could it spur negativity around because of the potential arguments that are being shown between players between managers? What are you thinking?
I don't think it will. I think it'll be spun in such a way, because the one thing this club is good at, and they're very good at it, is PR and spinning things to make it look really positive. So I can guarantee you, like, even something negative, like 2 players having a ruck on the training ground, it will be portrayed in such a way and put out in such a way that it will come over as being positive. And that I agree with Jez that this time of year, every single football club, ours included, everyone's hyped up. Everyone's really excited. Everyone thinks this is going to be our year. We're going to go and win the league. And that's the way it's it. And it's always been like that. I remember thinking like that, in the 70s, I used to sit there and think, right, this year we're going to do it. We're going to win the league. And looking at the fixture list, thinking, right, we're going to get these points at that place. And, we'd always be having an invincible season. Did you know what I mean? It was crazy, but that's what football fans are like. And I don't think this thing is, because of the way it's going to be marketed and the way that stuff's going to be presented in the documentary, I don't think it will be done in a way that displays any sort of negativity or anything that can be construed as dragging the team down or dragging the supporters down. I just don't think it'll happen. And particularly with our fan base, the way they are, that they hype up everything that comes out, even if it is got a negative slant on it. They're going, oh, yes, look at that. This is fantastic and whatnot, even if it isn't. So, no, I just can't see that happening, to be honest.
Yeah, it's one of those things I've seen, and you do see it. It can happen, but overall, like you said, we're good at PR. They know what they're doing. They've had full editing rights the whole way through the editing process and the filming process. So I think it will be interesting. We're going to see a different insight onto the Aubameyang situation. We know that's featured for a fact. Again, with Lacazette, that whole thing and injuries, it will be interesting to see. I don't care what people say about, oh, it's just, we didn't win anything, etc. But I'm not looking that into rewatching all the games and seeing how it is. I want to know how the players are feeling. I want to know that they are feeling the way we did last season. And I want to know, hopefully, that they had that fight and determination they wanted to do better. But manager, etc. But that's just my opinion on it. I think it will be a great new insight into something we haven't seen before, and that's properly inside the club. We're going to get through some comments. I just see a few in here, but people, towards the end of the stream, there's a little Q&A segment. So if you have any questions, pop them in there, and we'll do our best to answer them. I thought something a bit different that we could add in, maybe getting any questions that you may have for us. Chike here says the documentary you should be watching is the Manchester City All or Nothing, where that discusses the process of winning the league title, because that is the aim of elite sport. Wow, I'm surprised, Jez. I think that's to do with that you're excited for the documentary. But I've watched the Man City one. It was interesting. It was, it's the first one I watched out of all of them, I think. And yeah, it is the aim of elite sport, but God knows what's going on at our club, because apparently top 4 is good enough. But hey ho. The top Gooners will have a sleepover party the night the documentary releases on Amazon. I will avoid all social media when it does. They'll be more insufferable than usual. Yeah, I'm definitely turning off my notifications on that night. I will be doing an episode by episode reaction. I won't do like a live reaction as such. It'll be like recorded after I watch it, because I can't do two things at once. I can't be watching it and giving commentary at the same time. I have to absorb it all in. But yeah, it'd be interesting. Fine picture for your background, Warren. I've done a few architectural illustrations of the whole stadium. 1980.
Wow. Excellent. Good one, mate.
That's
beautiful stadium.
The best.
Yeah.
The players are comfortable. I imagine they will act as passionate when the cameras are on, but deep down they don't care. And why would they? Fans are happy with this. See, I disagree. I don't know if Jez and Warren, you'll have a different opinion. I disagree with this, because obviously the cameras are on all the time. It's not just like they just turn it on while they're training. They're literally following them around. There's cameras. When I went on a stadium tour, I think they just finished filming, so you could see all the cameras were all still up and the microphones are hanging from the ceiling. They're everywhere. They're always on, so there's no escape. I disagree that they don't care. I think they do care. Otherwise, why would they be there? If they don't care about the club and don't care about playing, why do they want to be there? Some of them could have a potential to go to Liverpool, Manchester City, but they choose to come to Arsenal and still play for Arsenal. So I do feel like they care. Warren, what are your thoughts on this? Do you feel like the players, they really do care, and will they just act it out on camera to make it seem like it?
The first thing I'd say is I think they're used to being filmed, right?
Yeah.
Because they're filmed every day. I used to have a really good mate. He played non-league football, and they used to get filmed all the time, because they had at their club, they had a video analysis person who would film everything, and he'd sit there with the coach going through it all. So I'd say they're used to it. Whether for this thing they were instructed to behave in a certain way or whatnot, I've got no idea, and we'll never know that. So I would like to think that they do care, and I'm pretty sure that a lot of them do. Whether they care as much as what we want them to do, that's a different kettle of fish. I dare say that one player in particular, a certain defender, doesn't care as much as most of the supporters do. But it's something you're never going to know. And I don't know. I just don't. I'm not sure that they would be able to fake it that well. They're not professional actors.
Yeah.
It's not like we've got Brad Pitt out there, like doing it, or Sylvester Stallone or whatnot. It's not. They're normal guys who are playing football. So I'm not sure that they would be able to.
No, 100%. Jez, what do you think? Do they care enough?
I'm very much in agreement with Warren. Let's be honest, and let's be fair. Most footballers aren't the most intelligent people on the planet. So, I think they wouldn't have the ability to continually be playing to the camera. But when the cameras are off, they change their philosophy of what they feel. I think, the one I watched of Tottenham, I felt that was pretty honest.
Definitely.
So I'm pretty much expecting the same. We do know that Arsenal are brilliant at PR. The PR process. We've already seen all that. So no, I think what Warren's saying is the truth, and I agree with it. I don't think these players have the ability to be professional actors. It will be what it is, and what it is, it will be. So I think that's what we can expect.
Yeah, no, 100%. Definitely. We're going to move on from the whole documentary. We are excited to see it and we can't wait. But first, me and Jez have an announcement for the new season. It's quite exciting. I've hyped it up a bit. It might not be that exciting to all of you, but we're excited for it. Jez came with an idea, and I think we've got a good plan for it. So I know you all missed watch-alongs last season. I was hounded with people saying, "Can you do a watch-along?" The answer is I didn't, because at first I struggled to do it because I have to be able to sit there and enjoy the game. And then to do a fan cam after it was a bit difficult because I've just sat there and talked about it for 3 hours straight. So me and Jez next season are going to do a joint watch along together, which alternates between my channel and his channel, Arsenal, the History and More, each game. So we're going to be doing a channel rotating around. So you're going to get to see mine and Jez live reactions to the game, which I think will be quite interesting because I don't sit still and I get very angry at some things. So it's going to be interesting. I think we're very much excited for it. And the first game of the season will be on my channel, and then it will rotate out from there. So Jez, do you have anything to say about?
Yeah, I think when we had a discussion about this, Gracie, I think a joint collab between us will be very interesting because you're a very young lady. You have great passion for the club. I know you get so excited about games. I'm the old hand. So we're going to have a great balance, I believe, in what happens in the games, because how you explained it to me, and when off screen we've chatted, I've chatted with your mum on Insta and all that, and she tells me how passionate you get. So it's going to be quite fascinating. Being the older statesman, I think that's the right term. It will be great. And I see Lockie 73 says, no bad language, Gracie, I hope. No,
No.
I don't think so.
No.
And I won't. Well, I try not to. I might, but I won't. I wouldn't on your channel, but it might be on mine. But no, it's going to be great. It's going to be absolutely brilliant. And I'm really, really excited and looking forward to doing it. I think it will be a great collab. You know, we already have great channels that we talk together and interact. So, yeah, bring it on. I'm excited about it. Really am.
No, definitely. Just pre-warning, my parents don't let me watch the football with them anymore because I'm too much. Apparently, I get too annoyed. The Spurs game, the one we lost away, that was tipping point for me. I was so annoyed. I went upstairs in anger. If anyone said anything to me, I would just like snap back at them with something. There was like I was holding a pillow because I was so stressed. I was like clenching the pillow. I threw the pillow. I was like, no, not having this. And then they scored, and yeah, it was just.
The only thing we got to do is learn how to sync our watch along together.
Yes.
That game I'll be watching on Sky on my TV up here. Gracie, you'll be watching it on whatever stream you're watching it on. So we've got to learn how to sync it together. Oh, we lost Gracie. Oh dear.
Yeah. Oh well.
Oh dear. Never mind.
Speak to Diesel, Jez. Speak to Diesel because he used to do them with Terry. And they used to have to sync them up. I don't know how they did it, but it worked quite well.
He does it with Black Scorpion, doesn't he? And they have because Lee's on a channel in Spain.
Yeah.
And he's on whatever he's watching over here in the UK, and they can actually sync it. I think what you have to do, I'll find out. Gracie, you're the technical guru. I think what you have to do is freeze one, and then
get it to the same time.
Time stamps.
I think we have a software that we can use that. I'll just send a link and it should like sync ours both up.
Yeah,
so
we'll get that sorted out.
We'll figure it out, people. It's going to be fun. I'm definitely.
Yeah, I'm buzzing for it. I think it's going to be great. Get people chatting along with us as well. And then we can do our match appraisals and all that. Blah blah. I mean, I still have to do the thingy Bob and Lee Gunners, the fan cam, but that's usually later. And then we do our player ratings with Kenny Ken. So and the other thing I thought about this, Gracie, I had an idea. It might be a good idea if we got like Warren or whoever, I don't know.
Yeah.
We do a player rating thing, and we get like Warren or Kyle or Del Boy or Northside, whoever, I don't know, or maybe somebody in the chat. Maybe somebody in the chat jumps up and wants to join us and say, give their player ratings. That'd be quite a good idea, I think.
Do you know what would be a good idea? Right, if you ask everyone in the chat to put their ratings in, and then you have some way of having someone in the background adding up all the ratings and then give an average for each player. But
yeah.
I'll know someone that will do that for me.
Huh?
I know someone that would do that for me. Definitely. No, it's going to be a great season. There's so many. It's my second season on YouTube, so I'm used to everything now. I have a good system, I would say, of what I do on a match day, and I'm looking at branching out onto some other platforms. Is my second announcement. Branching out to some other platforms, so then you guys can see a little bit behind the scenes, because I have quite cool stuff. I do fun things behind the scenes especially on match day. I have my own little routine and rituals that I do to instill any luck that we can get, because we need it. And And yeah, so that's the second thing. And the third and final thing is next season I'm introducing fan cams, but from you guys in my community in the chat. So there'll be each week, there'll be, you know, it'll be first come first serve. So whoever messages me first basically and wants to jump on, we'll do a fan cam that will get uploaded, etc. So that's what I'm planning to do in the new season, is get more of the community involved, because these channels, especially, you know, to branch out our opinion as fans. And there's going to be a couple of shows as well, because I am a young channel. I have other friends that are football as well, that are young and are just like me, so we're going to do potentially some rival streams as well. There's one which is a Leicester City fan, so when we play them, it'll be a bit of conflict there. So those are my plans for the new season. I want to talk about your channel, Warren, because you are desperately in need of more subscribers and I want to get you there. So, everyone in the chat, make sure you go over to Warren's Team Talk. I'm sure one of the mods will put the link in there somewhere for me. Go over there, check it out. It's a great channel. I love it. It's brilliant. Warren, talk a bit about your channel. What have you got coming up for the new season? Do you know have you got any plans?
Yeah, well, for the new season, I'm going to be redoing my Saturday Matchday live show that I used to do last season, because people seem to really enjoy it. It's a bit like a show. It's similar to what Sky Sports do on a Saturday, and they have the 3:00 kickoffs, and they have a load of fellas all sitting in, ex-players all sitting in the studio watching the games. And I sit there and I have the BBC Sport website up, and it just gives you live text commentary of all the games. And I just talk to people about what's going on. If it's a goal, like I put these film on some fireworks that I made and stuff. It's just a bit of fun and banter, really, but it's good. I really, really enjoy it, and the people seem to enjoy it as well. So I'll be doing that. I want to revisit a couple of my old videos when I first started, but I want to spice them up a bit and, you know, make them a bit better, because obviously when I was starting, they weren't fantastic, or I wasn't really happy with them. So I might do that. So yeah, it's, I'm not entirely sure when the next stream's going to be, because there's been a lot going on here and I need to get that sorted out first. And then once that's sorted, I can start up again. So, yeah, it's just been a bit busy. So, but yeah, I'll be back with a bang and doing what I can to get the thing rocking again. So, yeah, it was starting to go well. It was starting to go well, and this stuff cropped up, and so I've had to pay attention to that, really. So yeah, I'll keep everyone posted. Just keep an eye open, and I'll be there.
You heard it here first, people. You heard it here first. We're all making a return back to YouTube and continuing putting more content out there. So we appreciate all of you as well in the community. You know, putting in your comments and everything. It all builds up. So make sure you smash the like button and subscribe. Turn notifications on as well, because you'll see when we post. And yeah, it's exciting. I am really looking forward to the new season. And part of every new season is the kits, of course, the shirts, what will be representing us for the season. And 2 of those are out. And we're going to do a quick rating of all 3 and our thoughts on them. Here we are. Here they are. This is all 3. So you have the home kit in the middle, and then you have the away kit on the left, and on the right you have the 3rd kit. So Jez, we'll start off with you. From home, away to 3rd, what do you rate them? So the home shirt, I have the home shirt. I think it's quite nice personally, but what's your rating on it?
Yeah, it looks good and new, Gracie. Because when I first said this came out, that collar looks like a collar a young lady would have on a dress. It's not for me. Sorry. Don't like it. The black and gold, I think's a brilliant, brilliant shirt. Love it. I really do like that. I won't be buying it. I will not be buying it. But if somebody wants to buy it for me, thanks very much. I'll accept it. The other one, I can't stand that shirt. It is pony. That is a shocking, shocking shirt. And I'll tell you what really annoys me is the fact that Arsenal, traditionally, the away shirt was always yellow and blue in some guise or another. Why have we lost that? I just don't understand it. I'm not, no. You know, I'm sorry, that Samly, Pinky, whatever it's called, no, it's bloody awful. The home shirt, I don't like the collar. I've never liked collars on football kits, to be honest. But the black and gold, yeah, I would say that is a very nice shirt. So I'm sure somebody in the chat will offer me to buy one for me.
Oh, see, mine was a gift, people. I didn't buy it, so you can't come. I'm not putting any money into the club personally, so you know. Warren, what are your thoughts on all three?
The thing is, the home kit is very difficult to do anything with it dramatic because it's very, you know, red shirt, white sleeves, so it's a bit tricky. But apart from the collar, I think it's great. I would have preferred if the collar was like the one that's on the black one or the pink one. But yeah, other than that, I like it. I do. The other two, no. The away shirt, for me, it's always got to be yellow and blue. Always. I'm sorry, but it has to be. The third kit, they can do what they want with it, right? But home shirt is red and white. Away shirt is yellow and blue. Maybe it's because I'm old, I don't know. But that's the way it's always used to be. Jeez, am I right in saying that in the 60s we had a white kit?
1938. There was a white kit. That was to celebrate the anniversary of 20 years of the end of World War One.
Right. Okay.
Of course, last season they wore a one-off white kit, didn't they?
Yeah.
So, but the third kit, I would like to see. I mean, I know a lot of people really hate this kit, but I really like it. I would like to see the away kit we had in the 82 season, where it was the green shirt and the blue sleeves. I really like that one, but I know a lot of people don't like it, but I do. So
Yeah.
For me, red and white home kit, yellow and blue for the second kit, and then do what you want with the third kit. The reason I don't like the reason I don't like the black and the pink is the pink is ridiculous, but the black one is nice looking, but for me that's sort of like a leisure thing, you know, like one of these merch drops that they do like almost every week at the club. So yeah, that's my thoughts about it. I just think it has to be red and white, yellow and blue. And the thing about the yellow kit, you can do a bit more with it because it doesn't have to have the blue sleeves or whatnot. You could do different things with it, like we've seen down the years. But it's difficult because the red kit is so iconic, you know.
Yeah.
But that's my thoughts about it.
No, definitely. I agree with both of you there. Before I give my thoughts on them, there is some breaking news. We have officially signed Zinchenko. It has been announced. It is done. He is now an Arsenal player. So that's exciting. Exciting to hear. But anyway, my thought. We'll get onto that in a minute. I just thought while it's there, I'll tell you all in case you didn't know. I have the home shirt. I think it's a lovely shirt. I mean, the material is very nice. The collar. You know, I like collars, maybe not on football shirts, but I wear polo shirts all the time. So it's nice to have, a football kit where I can wear it and it still looks smart. I'm not a huge fan of the button style though. Like, I don't know, it doesn't sit right. It's when it's open, it just doesn't look the best. But overall, it's not a bad kit. I would rate it probably a 7 out of 10. It's not the best. That's probably a bit high, but it's just personally it suits me. It looks nice and it's good to be nice and smart as well if you're going out. The away kit, I love the away kit. I think it looks amazing, regardless of the colours. The design of it's brilliant. I love that you have the AFC in different, all around the kit. It just looks nice. And when the players had it on as well, it looks nice on the pitch. When we played against Orlando City, I think it looks great. I think it's very different as well. I like this season Adidas across the board. I think they've gone for a very like 3D style and different technology and whatnot. But I love it. I think I would rate it probably a 7 as well, just because it's my kind of style of shirt where it's it stands out. There's no kit that's going to look like that as well.
And it's got the cannon.
And it's got the cannon. See, I love that addition. It was the same on the yellow one here, where you have the cannon on the front, and I think it's great, and it switches it up a bit as well, and it brings a bit of the old school and trying to put it into the new school in a way. It's trying to acknowledge it, but it's still not the right colours, etc. But it's there, and it's a little bit there. But that
Gracie, like a great idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, November the 9th is our big wedding anniversary. And so I might actually persuade the wife to buy that for me.
That's a good idea. That is a good idea. You didn't buy it, so there you go. If it's not you, it's fine, apparently. So that's good. But the third kit is disgusting. Like, I would not wear that. I don't know who would wear that, to be fair. I was talking to the infamous history teacher last week before I left school for the year. And yeah, like, I can't see him wearing a pink shirt. Do you know what I mean? It just wouldn't work. It's not going to look great on majority of people and majority of fans. Or the players, in fact. I just think it looks horrible. It reminds me of a completely different team. I can't pinpoint what team, but like, it just looks dreadful. It looks like you've chucked a white shirt with your home shirt, put it in the washing machine, and it comes out a different color. Like, that's what it looks disgusting. It literally, you've mixed your whites and your colors.
Didn't Chelsea a few years ago have a pink away kit?
Maybe it might be them. It might be. It just reminds me of something Liverpool would have as their like third kit, because they very elaborate with their kit. That one of their kits this season is just like, it's an illusion. Look, it just reminds me of that, and it just doesn't look nice. You've put it in the washing machine and come out with a different color. I just don't get it. And the blue accents around the collar, again, it just doesn't match the kit, so it looks stupid. And yeah, I just hate everything about it. Basically, I'm rating it about a 3 out of 10.
That high?
That high? I think a 3 just for the collar, because I like the collar style. That's it. That's all I'm giving it. Jez, I'll come to you next. Can you rate each one out of 10, please?
The home kit, I'll give a 6, because I don't like the collar. I don't like collars on football shirts, personally. The black and gold, I'll give that an 8. I really, really do like that kit. I do. And if somebody, i.e. the wife, wants to buy it for me, then I'll accept it. The horrible bleached in the sun red, put in the washing machine as a white and a red kit. I know, I'm sorry. That to me is an absolute 0. It's awful.
Absolutely. Warren, same thing with you. Each one out of 10.
Okay. So the red one, I'll give it a 6. The black one, I like the shirt, but I just don't think it should be an away kit. So I'm going to give it a 5. The pink one, I'm giving it a 1. I'm just sitting here looking at that kit, and I'm thinking how the players would have reacted if they tried to get them to wear that during George Graham's era, with Tony Adams and Lee Dixon and Martin Keogh and all the rest of the lads. I just don't think it would have happened. I think they would have refused to wear on it, and there would have been all hell let loose. So yeah, a 1 or a 2 for that one for me.
I think you're very harsh on the black and gold, but I think that comes with the color thing that you've talked about, and it's true. I think I'm very conflicted with it because obviously I love tradition. Tradition is a big thing, and especially out of a football club like Arsenal, it's a big part of who we are. But then the young side of me is like, oh yeah, but it's nice sometimes to switch it up a little bit. And you have to, at some point, you have to make a new tradition, not like a new tradition, but you have to set new things in, as football changes, you kind of have to move with it. So I look at the kits with the collars, I'm thinking that's a new thing for Arsenal, or bringing the cannon back, that's setting a new tradition for our away kits. So that's how I see it. I see both sides.
I like that.
Yeah.
I respect that, and I like it because that's how, when we had the old yellow and blues, and back in time when we had the red and white, we had the cannon. All right, albeit facing the other way, but that's fine. I'll go along with it. And I like it. I like the black and gold. Yeah, I do. I think the patterns, to a certain point. Do you remember, Gracie? You wouldn't, but Warren, do you remember the controversy of the bruised banana kit in 90?
No, I do. When it first came out, people hated it.
Yeah, but I've still got my original shirt in the drawer over there.
Yeah,
and I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I thought it was such a different shirt. And all right, it's a bit faded now, and it's a bit, well, the shirt isn't, but the badges are. The JVC is. But I loved that shirt. I absolutely loved it.
No, absolutely. I've seen them. I have a lot of me and my family have a lot of them now, which have been passed down to us from my granddad, and I will be making a video about that at some point. It's just there's so many shirts. I kid you not. It's mad. Like, I don't know how I would get them all in one place to show you because there's just too many. Basically, it's dating back to a long time. I think there's pretty much every shirt, which is just insane. And they're all in perfect condition as well because we made sure they were kept nicely. But we're going to go through some of the comments here. And then if anyone has any questions, this is your time to answer them, ask them before we wrap up. So put your comments in about any questions that you have that you want to ask any of us three. And make sure you put who you want the question to be asked to. Otherwise, I'll just assume it's everyone. But here we go. So Zinchenko, yay, a player. Next player, please, before the season starts, and players to leave as well. Arsenal take way too long every day and every year for a transfer window. Yes, Zinchenko, done deal. He has just, well, I'll watch after this. He has just done his first interview for us, so we'll see his thoughts on there. But Arsenal Twitter already calling him our man, so before he's even played, and we've seen him yet. But whoever runs that Arsenal Twitter account, by the way, it should be illegal. Like the guy that runs it is absolutely, he has a crush on all of the players, I swear, because some of the things he says about them is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. The day Bellerin said Alexis Sanchez wanted to win too much, he should have been sacked on the spot. There we go. Well, Hecky B, he wants to leave, but we're not letting him at the moment. He is on pre-season, and it's ridiculous. Like we have to get rid of players before the end of the season. It's just a given because our squad's too big, and then the manager again is going to have an issue with selecting as well. That was a big downfall of Arteta last season was his selection and trying to find the right team, and then it wasn't the right team as soon as we lost, and he would constantly switch out players. You need it for a good system to work. You need consistency because players have to build up the chemistry with each other. and etc. But we'll get onto that another time. That's a whole new argument. The black one should be the third kit, and the light one should be banned. Home kit is not good enough. Like someone we know looks like barbed wire around the neck. I will. See, I like it. I like collars personally. I think it's down to personal preference. As you guys said, you don't like the collar. But I don't know. I think it's down to who it will suit individually. Bellerin, Holding, Xhaka, Ainsley Maitland-Niles, Pablo Mari, Ben White. This list goes on and on of how many outs do they need to hear. I'm not too sure about. I think I have the gist of what you're trying to say. They need to go, and they want to leave. Apart from Ben White, and Xhaka. So hopefully we'll bin them off by the end of the season, and we can start fresh. I want to ask a quick question to you both about Zinchenko, and the question is, what position do you see him playing in? Because we know he can play in different positions. Do you see him playing at left back over Tierney? Warren, we'll go with you first.
Yeah, I had a mad idea this morning, and I wonder whether Arteta might switch back to a back five and have Tierney playing as a centre back like he does for the Scottish national team, and have Zinchenko as left back. I don't know why I think that, but I think he may do it sometimes. Other than that, I think he's going to struggle to get a regular starting space because Arteta doesn't seem to want to drop Xhaka. Whether he will, now that this lad's here, I don't know, because I can't see how he's going to get in over Partey or Xhaka unless he's going to play some completely off-key new formation. I don't know. I think he's going to be a backup player, and I'm surprised that the lad has come here. If that's the case, and that's what he's been told, because I'm pretty sure that a lad of that quality would have been would have had a lot of offers to go and join another club, because he's been playing at, probably the last few years at England's best club, and player that quality becomes available, the teams are going to be in for him, and I think we're really lucky to have him. But I don't know. I just can't see where he's going to play unless he completely changes the formation up, which is why I was thinking about this back five thing, because he could do that and, play Gabriel and Tierney and Saliba as a back three with Zinchenko on one side and Tomiyasu on the other. But I don't know. I mean, who knows what this guy's going to do, because sometimes he's so off key. It's mad. But yeah, that's what I think.
Yeah, absolutely. Jez, where do you think he'll play?
I can see Arteta putting him in as a CDM. I seriously do. He can play that position, but he'll be cover for Tierney if necessary. And we know Tierney is prone to injury. So if Tierney gets injured, which he will, we've got a very good cover for him. Excuse me. But I can see him being played in the CDM position. And I hope he does, because that means that Xhaka may be ousted. But rumours abound that Xhaka in his contract has a something. He has to play a certain amount of games. Like I announced at the end of last season on Lee's show, a certain Willian had in his contract that he had to be playing a certain amount of games. Now, I'm sorry, if you sign a player with that in their contract, that's disgraceful.
Yeah.
Because if that player is crap, then you're playing a crap player. It's not down to the agent or the negotiators to state that fact. It's down to the management to say, no, we want to assess whether he's good enough to play week in, week out. And that is fact. That is what Willian had. And that's why we played him week in, week out. So let's be honest, when he was playing for Arsenal, he didn't give a toss whether he played well or he didn't. Because he knows he's getting his match bonus and he's getting his weekly wage. So why bother trying hard? Yet Arsenal are mug enough to do that. And I hope they've learned from that. But apparently, I'm told from a very, very good source, this is what Xhaka has got in his new contract of last season. Why fall for this? Why fall for this? It's absolute nonsense. So I would like to see Zinchenko in a CDM role and out Xhaka. This guy's far better quality than what we've got at the moment. And yes, he can be a backup for Tierney. We all know Tierney will break down again a couple of times next season because he did at Celtic. He's injury prone. So we need somebody that can replace him when he goes wrong. So I think it's a great buy. I really do. And I think for 30 odd million, 30 million plus £2 million add-on, it's a great buy all day.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm very happy that you're coming in. To quickly touch on the fact that players have that in their clause, it's funny we find this out because the manager said and has said recently we can't guarantee first team football. Well, that's exactly what you've done in the contract. And we know Arteta has an influence on negotiations. He's part of the team that does transfers. So you're telling us two different stories. So we find out that you have, these clauses in players' contracts, especially players like Xhaka, who have constantly, done a lot of harm to the club and badly offended fans as well. And, is a liability on match day. Giving him that potentially, and then saying to other players of very high quality, can't guarantee first team football. That's playing favourites, and that's lying to us. Basically, that is. If you didn't know this information, that is the manager lying to us. That's two different stories we're being told.
Right, it's a good question there by DWTT.
Yeah.
Jez, if Zinchenko goes to midfield, then who plays left back? That's the point I'm making, my friend. He can cover that left back position. And so that's why he's a good purchase, because I agree with what you're telling me. I don't think Kieran Tierney will be ready for the start of the season. I think the start of the season, you'll see Zinchenko in the left back position. But once Tierney gets back to match fitness, he can then move Zinchenko into a CDM position. So it's to me, it's a very smart, cheap purchase. Quality player, proven in the Premier League. So I think it's a great buy. I really do. I'm really happy about it.
Absolutely. We are going to wrap it up here, people. It's been a great stream, plenty of comments. I will go back through and probably reply to some after. They just come in so quick and my screen can only see so many. So thank you for all of you that have put in a comment, liked, subscribed. We are on 727 subscribers, so we're getting closer to that big 1K milestone. So please share around. If you're not subscribed and you're watching on playback, please subscribe. There's plenty coming up in the new season. I am back again on Tuesday with another podcast, and I'll announce who's coming on that a bit later on in the week. But thank you both for coming on. It's been a great chat. It's been a while, so it's good to have a catch up and properly dive into what we're thinking about the new season and the players that we're bringing in. Warren, as our special guest, do you want to give your channel a shout out?
Yes, thank you. Thanks for having me on as well, Gracie. I really appreciate it. It's a great chat. So my channel is called Warren's Teen Talk, and if you just do a search in YouTube, Warren's Teen Talk, as it says there underneath my name, and then fantastic. Yeah, that's it. If you put that in, then you'll find me. And like I said, I will be back soon. Just a few things I need to get sorted out, and then I'll be streaming again and doing all sorts of shenanigans. So you can find me on Instagram as well. I'm also on Twitter, but I don't really use Twitter that much. And got a presence on Facebook. I think that's about it, really. There's a few other places, but I can't remember what they are, to be honest. So, I better plug my laptop in. It's dying. So that's about it, really.
There we go. Jez, give your channel a shout out.
Yes, Arsenal history and more. It's basically partly about the history of Arsenal. I'm gonna be, I try and drop one a week about that. Also, now we're getting into the new season, and it won't be long away. We're going to be streams on Gracie's channel, Max watch-alongs on Gracie's, then mine, Gracie's, mine. But I will tell you this major announcement. I'm not going to tell you the name, but I do have a certain gentleman who will be coming on my channel fortnightly with Kenny Ken and a guest. I'll be, each time we do this show, I'll have a guest on, Warren, Gracie, whoever. But I'm pretty certain you know who I'm talking about. But he said he will come on every fortnight to do a show. He's done a couple with us in this current close season, and you know. So yeah, come and watch it. Gracie, thank you so much. Great show. I'm doing a show tomorrow night. Basically, it won't be I don't think a long show, but I'm also now I've got a few channel members. I'm going to be doing a channel. I'm going to try and do it once a week. Members only streams. So that'd be something different. And also looking to do. Gracie and I did try it last week. I think it was Wednesday, Gracie, or Monday. I can't remember when it was. We did was putting the stream link in the chat to get people on to give their views, but nobody came on. We are going to continue to do that. Do a collab in that work. So everybody go and sub. Get Gracie to 1K and go and sub to this man, Warren. He's a top fella. His content's amazing. The stuff he does on Diesel's channel, on the totally different.
Oh God, yeah, I forgot about that.
Totally different about the paranormal and all that. It's absolutely fascinating. I love it. So go and subscribe to these guys. Gracie-Mae, Warren, top. I love their content. Go and do it.
Thank you. So that's it from us, people. Don't forget, watch-alongs are coming to mine and Jez's channel soon. It's going to be the collab of the century, people. So make sure you stay tuned. You're going to want some popcorn for that because it's going to be funny, I tell you. My parents don't even let me watch the football downstairs anymore. I'm confined to my room and not allowed to watch it with them because I get too annoyed and too vocal about it. So it is what it is. So make sure you turn notifications on for that. But for now, we are out of here. I'll see you very soon, and Arteta out.
Arteta out.